Engines roaring, feel the beat, feel the beat. Ryan and Jon can't be beat, on the fast lane. So sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street. Ooh yeah, fast lane, all night. Feel the speed, feel the light. Join the ride, hold on tight.
And the Fast Lane is back. John Williams, myself, Ryan O'Connor, proudly brought to you by Breitling, Sunland Private Wealth, and Willie Delport from eBet and OneBet. Go and have a look at some of the great offerings from all of our sponsors. First of all, let's talk Formula One from the past weekend, but let's change the setting. I think we need to find a quiet place, maybe even a quiet little park bench to have a romantic talk about the last weekend's Formula One.
Another Formula One weekend done and dusted from the picturesque oceanfront in Sea Point. John, Brazil, done and dusted, lots of drama.
Plenty of drama, Ryan. I mean, we saw the rain conditions been out the best of the best when it comes to the drivers. As the late Ayrton Senna used to say, you can't pass 15 cars in the drive, but you certainly can in the rain. So, yeah, it was very exciting, and I think it's great for Formula One, showing some of the back guys that they can come through and also compete. I mean, Alpine coming from stone last to get P6 in the manufacturers.
Yeah.
Huge prize money for that. So, nice for Gasly and Ocon to be on the podium as obviously two youngsters racing in the rain in the karts. Again, showing their talent in a car that hasn't performed well, but clearly does not too badly in the rain.
Absolutely. A bit of a gap now before the Fast Lane comes to you live from Yas Marina for the Abu Dhabi Formula One Grand Prix. And of course, proudly brought to you by eBet, OneBet, our friends at Sunland Private Wealth, and of course, not forgetting Breitling watches. John, what happens now? There's a bit of a break, 2-week break.
Yeah, it's a bit of a break, and again, the manufacturers is going to be a big, it's really important for the teams. Red Bull dropping down to third with McLaren in first and Ferrari in second. It's going to be a roll of the dice in Vegas to see who closes the gap, and obviously Perez needs to up his game, otherwise Max, I mean, he can't score all the points. He needs to have a teammate, and maybe that's something to think about for Red Bull next year, who they're going to put in. Maybe some people saying Carlos Sainz, I know he's going to Williams, but they might pull out that big checkbook and maybe offer him something, because at the end of the day, it's all about the manufacturers. Yes, Drivers' Championship is important, but I think, it's going to be very close, and hopefully we can see the decider in Dubai.
Can't wait for that. Abu Dhabi do.
So there we go. Everything to play for once again in the Formula One scene. There's so much happening, and it's so lekker again to chat Formula One with Willie Delport and John. And as we move away from Formula One, of course, because it was a busy weekend that we've had, we were out at Killarney International Raceway for the Cape Town Car Show.
Yeah.
I had to do the opening. The mayor was meant to be there, but the mayor had previous engagements. So a huge thanks to the representatives from the city of Cape Town who joined me for the official opening, and then the judging. It was just a great day out at the track. And of course, the Fast Lane were there to cover the action.
Car Show 2024, Killarney International Raceway. John and I are on the prowl, having a look to see what's going down. But this is really cool. Killarney International Raceway hosting a car show every year. And of course, the special part about it is we get to do the official opening and spend some time having a look at some incredible exhibitions, some amazing stalls. What are you looking forward to, John?
Jeez, Ryan, I think I'm looking forward to seeing some of the car clubs. I mean, we don't do enough of these car shows in Cape Town. So I think, worldwide you got car shows. It's great that we're finally doing it here at Killarney, and I can't wait to see some unique little barn finds and maybe some cars that don't always come out and enjoy the sunlight. So yeah, looking forward to seeing something special. And maybe what we'll do, Ryan, is we'll have the pick of the show.
Yes.
What's your favorite
pink fire truck?
No, man.
Swear, there's a pink fire truck.
I mean, I can see it, but I mean, no, that's not going to be good enough. But we'll show you guys. There's going to be plenty on display, and I think also it'll be nice to see some of those stores. I know you like the little dinky toys.
Can't wait.
Enjoy the full experience of the 2024 Killarney International Raceway and the Motor Show in Cape Town, the biggest one in the country, ladies and gents, and made possible thanks to you by coming out in numbers every year, and of course our list of incredible sponsors, the City of Cape Town.
Alright, so between William, myself and John, we've decided to have a look at what we think is the pick of the show. Now, well done to everybody, because it's been from the latest and greatest cars all the way through to where we are now. The Crank Handle Club, guys.
Yeah.
Billy called it, and I'll agree with him. Billy, the car that shows this Bentley.
Without a doubt, the detail on this car, the heritage that comes with it, just the look of it, it appeals to any racer.
Nice. They've got some incredible cars in the collection of the Crank Handle Club, and importantly, it's like we said, there's something for everybody at the show. The Fastlane was so well received here again this year. Thanks to everybody that came out and said how's it to us. Now they're going to have to try and get rid of us. The beer tent's where we're going to next. Roll on 2025. We can't wait to have a Fastlane stand at Killarney next year for the next car show with merchandise.
Yo!
It's just getting bigger and better, which is great. It's nice to see so many different stalls.
Thank you to everybody who said how's it to John and I. It was overwhelming, the nice amount of support that we got during the day there, of people coming to say how's it, and people just being very friendly to the Fastlane crew. It was very special. Now, we weren't only on 4 wheels, we were also on 2 wheels this week, but in a special way, because on 2 wheels we were on specialized bicycles. Now, John, a lot's been said, and especially to fat people, about e-bikes. Now, I just want to say this as a larger person, all right, is that don't be intimidated by thinner fit people or on normal bikes belittling us for using e-bikes. Okay, forget them, ignore them. They are a treat to be on. In fit people, get on an e-bike and see what I mean. It is so fun.
Look, you're right. I'll be honest with you. I didn't understand it prior to going onto this bike. Now that I've gotten onto this bike, I get it. It is a lot of fun. I mean, the fact that these bikes have proper suspension.
Sure.
I mean, the excitement that we had going down through that forest section and over those jumps.
I was laughing like a little schoolboy.
Exactly. Now, that climb to get there is a massive climb. So the fact that we can get on those bikes and go up there and go multiple times. I know. Did you see? You know, the best part for me is I love the people's faces when we chatting away, talking about life and everything, and they got their head down and they are almost like biting onto those handlebars, and then they almost get a bit of a fright because we kind of sneak up.
Sure.
And then the first thing they go to look, is it electric?
Yeah,
and then they can't see because the new bikes now are a little bit thinner. So I like that, you know.
We went out in the all-new Specialized. Go and have a look at this. It's the Levo e-bike. It is such a great e-bike. It's the Turbo Levo, and I actually just happened to purchase one. And so now, thanks to Specialized for always looking after us, we were out on the trails. Just have a look at this.
All right, done and dusted. A little bit of Bloomingdale today, an hour out on the road. Road to fitness on a windy day with these Specialized. Both of us in these GRSs. Toyota GRSs, perfect conditions for a GRS. But look at these bikes. I mean,
Why's your bike so full of dust, right?
I was following you around here. It's not fun following John Williams around here. It's he goes like a racing snake, like a bat out of hell. But the good news is we got the top of there, right at the very top there.
So much fun coming down that Bloomingdale through those trees, through those jumps. I mean, it's like a play park here, both sides of the road. And I mean, these bikes we climbed. A few unhappy faces going past a few oaks that were using normal horsepower, but with these turbo S-Works levers, it just makes it so much more fun.
Tell you, this was so much fun. Guess what? We can do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, coffee time.
How fun is that?
Too much
fun. And like I said, it's would I have gone out? Would I have gone out to cycle with you had it not been an e-bike? Would I have done that? Hills? No, no, and no.
And you went back to back.
Back to back. Would I have done that? No, I wouldn't have done that because I would just not feel motivated to go out there and have to exert myself and then feel broken for the
rest of the weekend. But you're also, at the same time, for those that I know, you're also getting fitter though.
Yeah.
That's the irony. And you're enjoying it.
Love it. Right, now let's go from 2 to 4 wheels. And this week, the all-new Isuzu. Now listen, this is something special about this Isuzu, right? Is that this vehicle, they've changed the tire setup on this car. They've put these monster tires on this vehicle. Does it make a difference to the ride handling and the quality of the drive, etc.? Well, John takes me for a drive in the all-new Isuzu. And we're back driving in the fast lane this time, John, with something from Isuzu.
Bigger and better, it seems.
And the car's also Isuzu.
Yes.
Oh, it's about me. Bigger and better. Bigger and better is what it's all about. If you thought that the A35 from Isuzu was a monster car, just have a look at these wheels. Just, John, look at these wheels.
They are massive, eh? 35-inch maxi tire with 17-inch alloy wheels. It definitely gives it a menacing road stance.
Of course, the 80 for Arctic truck.
Yeah.
35.
They've also extended out the side step. And they lifted the ride out of the vehicle. So it's also got a slightly better ride out.
It looks like a giant car next to you. This thing is huge.
It's massive. So obviously it has remote engine car start, 3-litre engine, 3-litre
DDI.
yeah, engine. Quite like the back, what they've done here. You know, a lot of the Buckies, this is quite a nice looking, what do they call this, like roll bar at the back,
Yeah.
more modern looking. Obviously you've got the big flare arches. Something interesting, Ryan, have you noticed on
I
all
don't
of
like
these
them.
arches? They've got, what is this? Tire pressures.
It tells you the tire pressures in the back.
That's to
I
tell you at
suppose
4
it is
times.
nice, but I would have loved it if they'd put a light there. Just something different, you know?
Yeah.
Made it light up or do something really cool. It's a nice, menacing looking vehicle, I've got to
really
say.
is.
Isuzu do make this car look like a menacing beast from the outside. Importantly, how does it drive? Let's hop in as John takes me on a trip in the all-new AT35.
Whoa, easy,
What a rough
easy.
ride. John, we haven't left the driveway yet.
I fooled you.
What a bunch of idiots.
We're just getting ourselves ready.
Ah, the good old beep from the reverse lever.
You know, that sound means you're in a
Yeah.
proper big
Yeah.
lorry.
Big
Big
truck.
old-
A
big-
truck.
Big old
Okay, so come on, first impressions behind the wheel of the car.
Okay,
Talk us through it.
we're really high up. Definitely a lot higher off the road. Definitely can feel the weight of the vehicle. But again, I mean, this is a multi-purpose off-road truck. You know, it's not just for the daily shopping at the Spa or the Woolworths. This is meant to go through some of, I would probably have mostly one of the toughest terrains in the world. You know, I mean, this is an Arctic vehicle. So I would think it needs to be properly purposely built.
Yeah,
But I mean, it does feel nice to be this high up.
it does. I need to make some micro adjustments. Buckies, I love these. You know, these grab handles in Buckies are
Yeah.
so nifty. I must say, the big question is, why did Isuzu change the tires? Okay, and possibly for loads of reasons. And I would guess that majority of the owners of these vehicles were using the vehicles more for road driving than they were for Arctic exploration, right? And I would take that comfort when you just went over, what people don't realize, they're this huge,
I didn't even feel that.
you didn't feel it, this huge mountain in the middle of the road that nobody in my neighborhood goes over. John took it with ease, cruised over the curb.
But you can feel, I mean, we're obviously driving this vehicle on the road, Ryan. You can feel, I mean, you've got to be a little bit more, you know, you can't drive, it's not meant to be driven fast on the road. I mean,
No.
you can drive normal speeds, but like you can feel around that corner, you can feel the tires, you know.
Sure.
They really are big. But again, when you're out in off-road situations, I mean, you don't have to worry about anything with
No.
these tires.
No.
And I think the bigger, fatter tire, obviously then you don't have punches, you don't
Yes.
have risk of maybe when you've got to go across, you know, like I was thinking now with the Arctic, they got those gaps.
Yes.
Is it not got something to do with the gaps, you know, when they roll through? So the car's tires are a little bit bigger than the norm.
Sure.
That they fit through those gaps, you know, that you don't sink in and get stuck in wheel spin and stuff like that.
Got you. Very clever thinking. Again, you know, when you want to use a road that's capable off-road, Isuzu are amongst the best. You're spoiled for choice. And here's the other thing that I think is pretty unique about the AT35, John, is that it doesn't really have competition, right? So
Yeah.
think about this. You've got the spectrum of Bucky players that play in the area, right? We know them. They're the Ranger, they're the Navara, they're the Hilux, obviously. And then you've got the Isuzu D-Max range, which is just
Yeah.
a great
The
all-round
Amarok.
vehicle. But all of these have their sporting, possibly sporting versions of said Bucky
Very
GRS that I've got, the Hilux, the Navara's got, all the cars
Yeah,
I've
the
got,
Raptor.
the Raptor. What does Isuzu do to make themselves, you know, set them apart from anyone else in the market? They make something like this that's just huge, big.
It is really much. I mean, we're driving now past cars. I mean, look at that little i20. It's
Oh,
tiny
man.
from where we're sitting.
So
But also,
top
the
of the
interesting
world.
thing is, there is a little bit of road noise with these tires. Not too bad. I would
Yeah.
have thought it would be a lot louder. It's actually not too bad. But again, you know, if I'm buying this car, I'm buying it for a very specific reason.
Yes.
And if it has a little bit of tire noise, that's okay, because I'm going to be nowhere near the tarmac with this thing. I'm going to be finding every dirt road possible. Any like exploration where we can go like into the middle of Namibia or
Sure.
Springbok or even camping. I mean, how cool, Ryan, if you pull up at the campsite with this bad boy.
No, this is a serious.
I mean, you
know, you did a serious street cred. Again, you know, the inside's very minimalist, John. You know, it reminds me a lot of the Hilux in many ways.
Yes.
I think the range is about, you know, without a doubt, a winner when it comes to the infotainment system inside that Ford. They really haven't skimped on any of the infotainment system, and I feel it in the Toyota, in the Isuzu. It's somewhat outdated. Navara have just had a revamp of their lineup of vehicles, and it's warning you that you crossed the road there. You did put your indicator on, but it was warning you in case you didn't know that you crossed the road.
That's interesting.
That you
Look, I
crossed the
suppose
lanes.
they'll say they put a lot of their efforts into the actual drivability and off-road capabilities of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So they're not too worried about all the glitz and glamour yet, because when it comes to performance, they top of the ranks when it goes off-road and things like that. But look, you can feel, I mean, it's a different drive. You have to get used to it. You have to be a little bit more cautious. But again, I always feel I drive just generally too fast for bakkies. People that own bakkies drive relatively slower.
Calmer.
Yeah.
You've got a calmer attitude in life. You know why? Want alles is lekker, man. Alles is eyster. Duime op. Eyster, chop en dop. Lekker julle. What a win from Isuzu.
What a beast.
Jeez,
I thought that my GRS, the Toyota Hilux GRS, is a beast on the road. Isuzu do a great job with having road presence. That thing turns heads like nothing.
No, it like reminds me of like in the States with those like monster trucks that they have. It's the same kind of thing. Sure,
It's crazy. Time is ticking. We are heading and marching towards the Abu Dhabi Formula One Grand Prix. We can't wait for you to be a part of that journey as well. And in actual fact, as we approach the weekend, this coming weekend, we will be in a couple of places. We will be in Swartkops with Sanlam Private Wealth for an AMG driving experience. Clint and your team, we can't wait to see you again. It'll be lekker to chat to them this coming weekend. And then we're off to Scotland. Springboks play Scotland this weekend. And the fast lane will be in Scotland for that this weekend. Yeah, you bastard!
Have you ironed your kilt?
Burn me kilt!
Hey.
Just don't, if you're Scottish and you call me fat bastard once when I'm there, there's going to be a huge cut.
Do you go full commando or do you go
under the kilt?
Yeah.
Always go with twig and berries, your man's satchel in the wind.
blowing the bagpipes?
Pimps, an event. Take care, everybody. Like, subscribe, and the older you get, the saggier your bagpipes. We'll be back in the fast lane next week with Breitling, Sunderland Private Wealth, and eBet and OneBet. Take care.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and Jon can't be beat, on the fast lane. So sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street. Ooh,